first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for inviting me to this space and having the opportunity to meet all of you and share our medicine of mushrooms and honey with you all. I'm really excited to get to know all of you and have this experience with you. So my name is Courtney Rebel, and I'm the co-founder of Manuka Mana, which is where our business is based in Bend. And I just want to share a quick story of why we do what we do. My husband's from New Zealand, and 6 years ago, I was pregnant with our first child, and we were driving across country with a U-Haul in the back to California, dreaming of this new life with this baby. And all of a sudden, we were on the highway, and he started jumbling all of his words as he was driving. So we quickly pulled over. We now know he was having a mini stroke. So we went through several months of testing with various neurologists. We did all the tests possible to try to figure out what was going on. And the take-home message was that he had had concussions as a teenager, and now we were seeing the result of that brain trauma 15 years later. And at the time, he was a chef, and I was working in the wellness industry. And their recommendation for us he was 32. We had at this point a 3-month-old baby. And they said, just take a baby aspirin every day and hope it doesn't happen again. So we both left that appointment pretty confused, frustrated, scared, all the feelings. And we went on a personal journey on what we could do to heal his brain. So being immersed in our two industries, when we discovered the world of fungi, we were very excited, and especially lion's mane mushroom. The National Institute of Health has over 1,000 research studies published online on the benefits of lion's mane, and a lot of them you will see are related to the brain. Its ability to actually increase the brain-derived neurotrophic factor and neural growth factor in your brain, which synthesizes new neurons to be made and strengthens the myelin sheath. So for us, this was like the best thing we could find. He needed to take lion's mane every day, but then it became, being a chef, well, how am I going to extract it? How am I going to source it? How are we going to find the best way? And then I was obsessed with, well, let's take it in a fun way. We want to enjoy our supplement. How are we going to blend it together? What else are we going to add? So 6 years later, we launched Manuka Mana. So it's a dream to heal his brain. And along this journey, we found so many other people with similar stories of having brain trauma, or even just having a slow ability to communicate or memory, and just wanting to focus on their brain health. So now we share it with the world. So that's our little story of Manuka Mana, and today we combine the hive and the fungi, specifically Manuka honey, straight from New Zealand. We source our honey in barrels from the North Island of New Zealand, where my husband's from, and then we combine it with the fungi. So we are obsessed with extraction. We're obsessed with mushrooms. If you guys ever want to talk about any of that with me, we can go on a deep dive. But for now, we'll keep it pretty basic. We blend all of our mushrooms after they've been extracted into real food supplements that taste delicious, and they're easy to take and incorporate into your routines. We're all about rituals. I'm sure you guys all have rituals in your daily life, whether it's your morning cup of coffee or chai tea, or your evening drink that you have when you sit down to read by the fire. And those rituals, I think it's good for us all to think about our rituals, and if they are really serving you in the best way possible, can you upgrade your ritual? And if so, what can you add to really support your health through your ritual? Because that's the easiest way to add a habit of good health. So we believe in synergizing different ingredients to target certain functions. And today we'll talk about the mushrooms, because we're going to do this cacao ceremony with a twist. We're going to add mushrooms to our cacao ceremony. This is what chocolate comes from, essentially, how it starts. And this one we just got yesterday, and we just cut it before I came here. So I was going to open it up for you all to see these beautiful cacao beans in here. And see, they're almost like in a milky substance. And I'll pass it around. Just don't touch this one, because we actually are going to turn it into food for ourselves. We're not going to sell this one, but what they do is they then ferment these, and I'll show you the different steps of the cacao here. They ferment it, and then it turns into essentially these little beans, and then they roast it into the nibs, and during that process, a fat is separated out, into the cacao butter and the cacao paste. So what we do with all of our honey blends is we actually use this cacao butter in all of our honey blends because the fat is an amazing delivery for the mushrooms and for the medicine. So when we do this cacao ceremony, the mushrooms are delivered more effectively thanks to that fat, and because cacao is a natural vasodilator. So you can really get amazing benefits from the mushrooms by combining it with cacao. So today we're going to figure out which mushroom is going to serve you best in this ceremony. And so I'll quickly go through these mushrooms and pass them around. So the lion's mane, first one, looks like a brain, good for the brain. These are beautiful mushrooms. They actually do grow in Oregon. You can find them. They're a little bit rare to find, but they are these white fuzzy mushrooms that oftentimes will grow on cut down trees. And like I said, they increase BDNF and NGF. So if you're someone who wants more mental clarity, focus, you feel like you're a little forgetful with little tiny facts or where you put your keys. For me, I take lion's mane every day because I find that when I take it, I'm much more effective at communicating. We've had so many people in our community just have amazing results off lion's mane mushroom and taking that daily, going off of 8 certain Ritalin type medications all the way to people that have had major concussions and are through the healing phase, or some people who just feel like they're more effective with their job when they take the lion's mane. So lion's mane is all about the brain. So if you're finding that you want to focus on your brain health and focus today, the lion's mane might be a good choice for you. This is a turkey tail mushroom. This also grows here. So turkey tail is an awesome mushroom for immunity and anti-cancer. Turkey tail, each mushroom has a different active ingredient in it, and this one has polysaccharide K. It's called PSK. In Japan, anyone who's going through chemo or radiation actually is prescribed PSK as well because it helps maintain your healthy cells, and it helps actually find the cancer and fight it. So turkey tail is an amazing anti-cancer mushroom, immunity booster, and it's also a really good tool for digestive health. So if you have, if your desire is immunity boosting, anti-cancer, or digestive health, the turkey tail mushroom might be a good choice for you. You want me to take this? Yeah. Now let's talk about cordyceps. So this cordyceps mushroom is actually in our blend. So today I made a cacao blend using our energy honey blend, which has cordyceps mushroom already in it, cacao powder, Manuka honey, coconut oil, cacao butter, and vanilla paste. So we blended that with an oat milk, and that's what we'll be having as your drink. So you will have a little bit of cordyceps thanks to that. Cordyceps is all about energy and vitality. So if you're someone who you are either all go, or you're an athlete, or maybe you're someone who has an energy crash, or you find that, in the morning you kind of wake up groggy and you're not quite, it's hard to get the day going, then cordyceps mushroom would be great for you. It's also really good if you know anyone who has long-term COVID for lung health. Cordyceps is amazing for lung health. It increases oxygen uptake. And we've had a lot of people start to take the cordyceps to heal from long-term COVID. That and the lion's mane for brain fog. So those are 2 things we'll pass around. This little cordyceps. And cordyceps, what it does in the body is it increases ATP production. So it literally helps you create more energy. So chaga and reishi, we blend together in our blends. We call it our balance blend. It's our trilogy that you can choose to put in your cacao today has lion's mane, chaga, and reishi mushroom. So chaga and reishi, these are chaga and reishi mushroom. Chaga is the king of mushrooms, reishi is the queen. These are amazing for immunity, overall balance. They're great for stress adaptation. They are amazing for sleep. And they're just great mushrooms to incorporate into your life for, heart health. And that's why we call it our balance blend. So if you're not quite sure where you want to start and you just feel like balance is needed in your life, then the trilogy tincture would be what I would encourage you to go for. So that one's the reishi and this is the chaga. And chaga, actually, I don't know if you guys know about the ORAC value of antioxidant strength. Chaga has the highest in the world. It has 3 times more than acai berry, to give you an idea. So chaga is an amazing mushroom in terms of antioxidant content.
Does it taste really earthy?
It's very tough. It's the toughest mushroom to work with because it's like it grows on birch trees, and it reminds me of birch trees. It's just this hard, fibrous material, and we actually have to grind it, and so it doesn't really have much taste. Once you extract the mushroom, there are flavors to the extracts. Like you could put all 4 of them under your tongue, and I, for example, can taste the difference between our cordyceps and our lion's mane. But generally, the flavor is gone. So people often say to me when they meet me, well, I don't like the taste of mushrooms. There's no way. And I'm like, just give it a go. I promise. If you put it in tea or a little bit of water, you're just not even going to taste that flavor. So let's focus on the medicinal benefit. So what we do is we take these mushrooms and we extract them 3 times. We do heated Oregon spring water, organic cane alcohol, and then we use an ultrasonic extraction, which is sound waves. And we actually have to wear these headphones because it's so loud, it pulsates sound waves into the substrate to break down all those molecules into the same size so it's more bioavailable. So in the industry, just so you guys know, if you have mushroom supplements at home, turn them around, make sure they're extracted, number 1. You never want to eat raw mushrooms. It's very hard on your digestive tract. There are sometimes, like you'll see at the grocery store, bags of mushroom powders. Just turn it around and make sure it says lion's mane extract or turkey tail extract. Make sure it's an extract, not just a powder. If it's a powder, I'd put it back because it's actually going to be probably more detrimental on your digestive system than good for you. So it's important we extract the mushroom, and that's because it has a cell wall called a chitin. It's very tough. It allows them to push through the soil, and if you don't break that down, your body can't absorb it. So that's a really quick tip about that. So we then extract them into our tinctures, and then we turn them into our tinctures that you can buy for specific functions, but also then we blend that into Manuka honey from New Zealand with other superfoods to create our luscious honey blends. And then we blend it into apple cider vinegar and Manuka honey to create our honey tonics, which are amazing for digestion or mocktails. And you guys are welcome to taste anything today. I have tastings of everything. And when we come up to get your cacao, you can choose which tincture you want. And if you would like to use a mushroom tincture in your cacao drink today, just fill it up to the 1 milliliter mark and put that in your cup, and then we'll pour in your cacao. So, and then what I can do is I'll go over there and pour people's cacao while you're waiting for your turn to get your cacao. I encourage you to just close your eyes, take a couple breaths, and maybe start with gratitude, because gratitude is a great way to just start with opening our heart. You can focus on a person or a place or an experience. You can send light to that person. You can see yourself giving them a hug. You can send light to that experience and just embody gratitude into your whole being. And once you've done that, if you would like to set an intention for the practice, that's a really great way to really consume the cacao with your intention. And I have these cards out here for you. They're all different messages. There's 30 different messages in the stack. So if you would like some help with your intention, you can just pick a card, or you can ask for guidance. You can say, what should my intention be, or what should I know going into this week or this year or this day, and pick your card. And you can totally take that card home and hold that intention. And as you sit down to drink your cacao, you can actually think of that intention. You can think of it drinking it. You can think of it being in your cup, and just be conscious as you're drinking your cup that intention isn't being embodied in your whole being.